Hello guys, hi, hello, same as last video. If you haven't seen part 1, you need to go see it before you see this. Reacting to Jaiden Animations part 2. Let's go. Whoops, wait, huh?
Pools that totally didn't slow me down at all, and end up at the castle where Dim Sum is already running around in.
That's loud. Too loud for me. Okay.
You get the gem first. These guys are blocked from going any further because this giant chunk of ice is in front of the door, and the grunts are like, man, that's a big hunk of ice. If we made snow cones out of it, we'd be able to feed like 403 people. And then they see me standing there and are all, hey, that outfit! What are they called again? Pokemon Ranger?
What? This is weird.
A snow cone? You deal with that whole situation.
I came for a snow cone. That just... is that the real game she's like recording? Doesn't seem like that.
And end up in the room just before where the gem is being kept, where you're introduced to one of the members of Team Dim Sun's Sinus Trio, Ice. I don't know what his deal is, but he called me Jaiden Noob, and then dabbed, so I had to murder him. Well, I captured and freed his Frostlass, and he scurried away all, well, I didn't need the gem anyway. After gaining the trust of the Lucario guarding the gem with more of my loops, the blue gem of the Tier of Princes is mine. Fast forward a bit, and you get the red gem as well after defeating Sinus Trio Lavana and her Infernape. She doesn't dab, but she does do this sexy little dance. The guy from school, Keith, who's a ranger now, was assigned to get the yellow gem and hasn't come back yet. So the Union's like, alright Jaiden, go check on him. You hop on a boat to the destination, but whoops, apparently a whip?
That seems fun, hopping on a boat and riding. I've done that before, it's really fun.
He's in trouble. I'll just go down there and see. Yep, I thought so. These Dim Sun grunts are trying to kidnap a whale lord, and after destroying the machines that were trapping it, they decide to just grab a whalmer instead and try to convince their boss it's a whale lord mini. You follow them on the rescued whale lord and start infiltrating their base. Down a hall, you discover the grunts squishing the whalmer through the door, and as you follow them into the room, they're like, oh crap, shoot, do you want to deal with the ranger? Oh no, I'm too wimpy. I know. Let's apologize. Sorry. We got the Ranger's confidence. Charge! And then drop a truckload of Slackoth on me. After capturing all their Slackoth, they're like, oh no! And then all of them just grab me and shove me out of the room and lock it. Which honestly is more effective than like 99% of all video game villains. So you keep running through the base and end up actually finding mushroom-haired Isaac from Ranger School. He's been manipulated into building Dim Sun's incredible machine, and we agree to take him back to the Union after we finish up our business in the secret hideout. We finally encounter Mr. Kinsaid, who's manning the Whalelord operation. He's being all maniacal, but we successfully capture his Glysker, save Whalmer, and bring Isaac safely back to the Union, where he gives us access to the incredible machine blueprints. Skipping ahead in the story a bit, we end up not being able to get the yellow gem because Heath, the last of the Sinus Trio, kidnapped Keith, and we exchanged him for the yellow gem. I kept trying to say no, but I guess it's good we saved him. The Union makes a plan to have their top rangers go and fly to Dim Sun's headquarters and face them head on. Jaiden, you can just sit in the corner and do nothing. But right as they leave to do that, the Sinus Trio busts through the Union walls and are like, ha ha ha, we'll be taking this, and steal back Isaac because they need him to complete the Incredible Machine by midnight so they can activate the Shadow Crystal. Isaac complied because they threatened to kill his sister or something. So new plan. Now I have to get Isaac back and basically destroy the machines that were protecting their building/incredible machine. Because, oops, I didn't mention this before, but they turned their entire building headquarters into the incredible machine. What? We basically just waltzed right through the front doors of the headquarters. Heh, that'll stop people from entering. What? How did you get in here? And battle our way up to Isaac, who's like, you're a bit too late. I totally just completed the entire machine and they're about to use it to hypnotize all the Pokemon in the region in like 5 minutes. Okay. Well, at least your sister's not dead. So you run to the top, defeating the Sinus Trio every floor of the way, and grab the last Tears of Prince's gem. And you get to the top where you meet the Dim Sun president Blake Hall for the first time, and he's like, you're too late. It's time for darkness.
You meet a president? Cool.
Get her, Dusknoir. And then I capture it immediately. And he's like, just kidding. Get her, Darkrai! And then Darkrai just starts dipping me into darkness, and Keith has to come save me on his Staraptor. So Darkrai's like, well, then I'm gonna just dip these guys into the darkness, and throws Blake and his assistant into the void. Haha, but I decide to capture and free Darkrai anyway with the help of the Tears of Princes, and save the day. Yay, woohoo! I'm a hero! Time to take a nap. Now, Pokemon Ranger is a big game. It took me about 24 full hours to get through the game, so I had to leave out a lot, and I mean a lot, of other points in the story. There's even a bunch of side quests that are actually pretty entertaining and funny you can complete that help power up your styler. There's one where this guy says he researches smells and wants me to bring him the stench of a muck. So you do it, and he's like, yes, and puts it in a jar. Then later on in the game, he pops up again, and this time asks for a Weezing and a Skuntank, to which he's like, yes, and puts them in jars. Then he's like, thanks, dude, and you never see him again. The dialogue is absolutely amazing. This game has probably the best writing out of any Pokemon game I know of. Team Dimsun is obviously the star of the show, and whenever they come on screen, you know they're gonna have something funny to say. At one point, while I was trying to get into their secret base in the volcano, I captured the Pokemon they were controlling, and they're like, time to make our escape, and set off dynamite, which exploded a giant boulder and blocked the entrance to the base, which they're like, shoot, we were supposed to detonate it after we go in. So they had to wait for me to go get a Pokemon that can destroy the rock, and they're like, thanks, Ranger, we'll be grateful for this for about a second. And they run through the door, so you follow them, and they come back like, hey, we forgot about you helping us, take this, and drop a bunch of Numel on me. Also, all of the music that plays when they're around is awesome. I was jamming out whenever I was running around their base. It's a bummer this game isn't super popular. I know it's got a small cult following, but it definitely deserves to be more well-known, and I really consider it one of the top Pokemon games out there, just on writing alone. It's not a hard game, but, I mean, Pokemon isn't meant to be a difficult game series anymore. I can see some people getting a bit tired of the capture system since it doesn't change much throughout the game, but honestly, again, I think the story and dialogue far make up for the semi-repetitive capture and battle system. Now, I know I kind of just talked about the entire plot, but if you're curious about playing it yourself, there's so much I left out, and there's still a lot to discover about the game, so I highly recommend it. I'm being honest when I say I didn't even cover a third of what happens in the game, and there were a lot of funny moments I really wanted to talk about that I just didn't have room for in the script. I'm just trying to convince you to play the game yourself at this point, because I think it's just that funny of a game. But I'll stop. But here's all my stats after completing the game. It took me about 24 hours to complete it. I captured 734 Pokemon and ran away from 106. I think that's a pretty good ratio. And look, I drew a total of 9,077 loops. With that amount of practice, I bet I'm a master at drawing circles now.
Nice.
Thanks for watching the video on me drawing circles for 20 hours.
Good. Who's that bird? Okay. We need to find out who that bird is. Whoa. Is there a link over there? Well, that brings us to the end of the video.